Warning. The following podcast is intended for a mature audience due to the dropping of bombs of the F, S, B, and C varieties. Listener discretion is advised.
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up on episode 169, did he go to Costco? We'll find out. We're gonna surefire cure for migraines. We're gonna tell you why you shouldn't go to the gym. And we're gonna talk about my old ass in this week's movie review. Not my old ass, movie, my old. Anyway, doesn't matter. I am Mike Fish, and I am joined as always by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here, coming to you from the future home of Super Bowl 60, the previous home of the 2024 San Francisco Giants season. It's the Waffle Box. It's the original Waffle Box. You accept no substitutions because it is the best part of Wednesdays. Coming to you all the way, again, from the future home of Super Bowl 60. We love you because you do this, and we do this because we love you. So, Producer Lathan, how are you doing?
What's up, fellas? With all that's been going on this week, with McDonald's being accused of using slave workers, New York City Mayor Eric Adams getting indicted on federal corruption charges, Dame Maggie Smith unfortunately passing away. The big question is, are either of you going to be in that virtual line on Friday to get some Oasis tickets?
A lot to unpack there. A lot to unpack there.
I will not be in the virtual line or any line for Oasis tickets.
You're not going to go to the Rose Bowl? Not going to go to the Rose Bowl on September 6th? That's where they're playing.
Yeah, I won't be there.
They're playing MetLife just down the road from me on August 31st. And I'm like, apparently they're not doing dynamic pricing. They've announced that they're not doing dynamic pricing after the shitstorm that was the UK tour release. But still, I'm kind of like, happened? Oh, well, it was, dynamic pricing. So suddenly, within 5 minutes, tickets that were once £100 were going for like £4,000 and shit like that.
Gross.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, I know the name of the group, but I couldn't name one song. I'm sure I've heard their work on the radio all the time.
It's they're definitely one of those bands that if I could probably pick out 5 songs, which I won't for copyright reasons, but I could play you the first 10 seconds of 5 songs, and I bet you go, oh yep, I know that one. Oh yep, know that one.
I believe you.
It was like me back in the day, maybe like 10, 15 years ago, when I finally discovered Fleetwood Mac for the first time. But then when I was listening to Fleetwood Mac, I was like, oh shit, this is Fleetwood Mac. I know this song for years. But yeah, Wonderwall, you know that one.
Yeah, okay. So I do know Wonderwall.
Maybe gonna be the one that saves me. That one. That's the way.
Yeah, I do know that song. But I only know that song though from the movie Yesterday. Not Dev Patel, but the other Indian gentleman gets hit by a bus, and then the entire world forgets about the Beatles. And it's actually my favorite movie of 2019.
It's a good movie, but I'm still trying to work out how him getting hit by a bus and him getting an head injury affects the rest of the people in the world. I never quite understood that bit.
Yeah, it's never explained. It's also never explained why a couple other folks also still remember the Beatles. Like, did they get electrocuted or whatever? But whatever. It's a cute movie, but if you pull on the thread of that sweater's gonna fall apart. Like, anyway,
still, John Lennon doesn't die, so that's the main thing. He's still alive.
I guess that's supposed to be John Lennon, isn't it? Like, and I've talked about this with other people. Like, is that supposed to be John Lennon? Why is that such a big deal?
Because why would he have been assassinated? Why would he have been shot? Because no one would have known who he was.
Sure. There's a funny scene in that movie. Getting off topic though, is he keeps asking for Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola doesn't exist anymore, but Coca-Cola did exist before the Beatles, but only because of the Beatles. And you folks in the UK seeing the Beatles hold up a bottle of Coke, then they're like, well, we got to start drinking Coca-Cola. And it's literally on Coca-Cola's website, like, thanks to the Beatles, we went worldwide. I'd actually look that detail up.
I'm sure we'd have found out about Coke eventually anyway, but Shout out
Maybe,
to
maybe not. A little
Paul,
company in Atlanta, Georgia. Maybe not.
John, George, and Ringo. Wait, so is Oasis in that movie then?
No, Wonderwall is. It comes up a few times.
Interesting. But yeah, yeah. If you don't know now, you know. Yeah, Oasis were incredibly heavily Beatles influenced. So yeah, without the Beatles, there'll be no Oasis.
Word.
And anyway, yeah. So anyway, I might not be going, but it's like the day after my 40th birthday, and I thought that would be a perfect start to my midlife crisis. A nice gig of a 90s band. Then I'd go get a leather jacket and a motorbike, and
Oh,
live out the rest of my days happily. That's
I
how I
remember
see it going.
turning 36 or maybe 37. My friend's wife and us. Oh, you're finally a middle-aged man. I was like, one, fuck you, but two, I'm gonna date a 19-year-old girl and buy a really shitty sports car that gets really shitty gas mileage, and that never happened. But whatever.
That's with you know science these days. I wouldn't be shocked if I lived to see 100. So I've still got years
God,
to
I
my
hope not.
midlife crisis. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh God, I hope I don't live to 100. Those are the diaper years, and the walker years.
Just once would I wanna shit myself and have to see someone else clean up after me.
Oh no,
And then I can
we're getting
go,
back into the front room on this conversation. No, thank you.
oh,
No, thank
whatever. I just want to see someone have to clean up after me. Because I didn't appreciate it when I was a baby. But now, I want a chance to see what it was like. And then after that, right, kill me off. I'll be fine. I believe that's my final item on my bucket list. Just shit myself and have someone else clean up after me.
I hope I go out heroic, like saving an orphanage or I don't know, refugees or something. I don't know.
Just want to shit myself.
You just want to shit yourself. That's not a
I'll
lot
shit
to ask
myself.
for. You could do that right now on air.
No, but then no one's going to clean up after me.
Well, I mean, that's what the wife is for.
She would not clean up after me if I shit myself.
Good for her. Good.
She would, she would force me to go outside and hose myself. Anyway, as we're going
Golf
far off
clap to
topic
Mrs. Fish.
from Oasis. One thing. Let me tell you my denim story from this week. What happened to me, right? So at work, so I'm not a jeans guy. I don't normally like wearing
I'm listening.
jeans, right?
I like wearing jeans. I'm wearing jeans right now.
Yeah, I'm not a big jeans guy, but work
Oh, okay. Love jeans.
insists that I have to wear jeans.
Fascinating. I don't like being told I have to wear something.
So anyway, so I only have one pair of jeans because I'm like,
Okay.
just wear them for
You know,
work.
let's get to.
I should get two, but anyway. And this is
Anyways,
why.
I'm sorry, keeping it wrong.
So out the back of the restaurant, there's like the loading dock area, and the loading dock area features lots of crates, and that's where us smokers sit on. We use them as our thrones as we're smoking our cigarettes, right? But
Nice.
then it would seem someone from another one of the restaurants that's next door that also shares the same dock, for whatever reason, I think it was sabotage, but I don't know. They apparently put bleach on these crates. And so I sat on it without smelling it, had my cigarette, and then the next thing I know, I have lots of white patches on the arse side of my jeans. And one of them is it's a white circle, and it's literally in the place where you think it would be to make it funny.
Right
I
on your
have
butt.
it's perfect. So every cloud has a silver lining. I used it for the rest of the day to make inappropriate jokes by offering the other server, "Hey, can I show you my white ass?" Like it's funny. We all laughed about it. But in the back of my head, I was like, "Fuck! Now I need to go out and buy a new pair of jeans," which means I have to go out to a clothing store, and then I have to find the ones that fit me. And then I just hate going clothes shopping. Then today, I go to a store and all the jeans there are like 45, 55, $65. I'm
Oh,
like, oh my God, I only want this pair of jeans for work. I don't want to have to spend this much money on a pair of jeans I'm only going to wear for work. God
what,
damn it. And then
which shop did you go to, if I may ask? I'm sorry.
Old Navy.
Oh, don't no, no, no. Go to Target. Go to
Well,
Target
no,
or
Target doesn't have jeans in my size. I checked that first.
oh, That will be a
But
problem.
I didn't think that would be an important part. So anyway, so but
No,
then
it is.
out the corner of my eye, I see this red tag hanging from one pair of jeans, and I see it. It says clearance, and I look closer, and it's $11. So oh my god, an $11 pairs of jeans. Could this be? And as I grabbed them, I pulled them. The last pair of clearance jeans, and they were my size.
Winning.
Oh, oh, you know what? I did the whole.
Who do you think you are? I am!
I was celebrating. I was like, "Ah, fuck you!" And I went up to that place, and I did go to the little scanner at the side of the store where when you can scan the code yourself and it show you how much it is. I was like, I just want to
Sure.
double check this before I celebrate too much. And it went boop, $11. Yes. So I went up there. I gave the cashier my jeans, and she did the whole. Did you find everything you came here for? I was like, fuck yeah, I did. Fuck yeah, I did. And I paid for my left, and I was very happy. So I have a new pair of jeans that are only $11, and I'm gonna
That's
ride
great.
them out, and I'm never gonna sit down in them just in case there's bleach. Never gonna trust to see it
Nor
again.
should you. If I may make again small suggestion, Target, J.C. Penney's, or Sears, and like it's everything's regional nowadays. So three of those might not even exist in New Jersey anymore.
No, we have
But
plenty. I have like 2 Targets within a 10-minute drive from my house, but
dig it, dig it.
neither one of them have jeans in my size. It's really
Okay, well,
fucking
J.C.
annoying.
Penney's or Sears, but they have the off-brand. Don't get the Old Navy. Don't
I
get
don't think
Levi's.
Sears exists
I
anymore.
used to
Yeah.
be big about brand name. No, I'm wearing generic ass jeans right now. They got a little stretch to them. But like I know what my waist is. I know what my length is, and I just get that shit on Amazon now. Also, by the way, so
I'm a chino guy.
chino.
I
Okay.
like
Oh,
chinos.
that's Old Navy, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. No, I get my
Oh,
well.
or is that a
Maybe
style
that
of
brand.
pants?
I think it might be a style of pant. I don't know, but
Okay.
I normally
Okay.
that's where I fleece Target for that shit.
Oh,
Oh,
25 bucks, 25 bucks in any store I just mentioned. So, but you got clearance for $11, winning.
boom,
You should be
winning.
proud of that shit. Hell yes.
Before we get to the top stories, what have you been up to? How's your week been? Oh God, I feel this is gonna
This
be a
has
long
been a very
story just
dramatic
by your face.
fucking week. What a dramatic week. There's just family stuff and personal stuff, and then closed out the 2024 Major League Baseball series with the San Francisco Giants. Um, we
Did they make the
just finished.
playoffs?
Not only did they not make the playoffs, but they finished just under 50%,
That's a
which is
shame.
so
It's a damn
that means
shame.
they went 79 and 82. 80,
That
80 and 82? 80 and 82.
pathetic.
It
Because
was not a good look this year. It was
it's
not a
not
good look. In
only
fact, the Giants fired a president today and then hired Buster Posey, which, well, I don't know. The guy was just a catcher. But all right. So we got new management already for next season. Let's hope it goes well.
not only did the New York Yankees, my New York Yankees, did they not only hit the playoffs, they won a division and they've got home advantage throughout the playoffs. And then our
Nice.
little brother on Monday reached the playoffs by beating the Atlanta Braves. So got 2 New York teams in postseason. So fingers
I
crossed
work
that
for both of
means
those
the
teams
sports
this
bar.
season, and I cannot tell you enough how nice the broadcast teams for both New York teams were. They're both
Speaking of,
very nice, very pleasant, very professional. Made me feel like I belong there. Yeah, so good. Congratulations to both New York teams. I won't be at any of those games because they're in New York. Congratulations to them.
speaking of the broadcast team, I was
Mhm.
listening to a Yankees game the other day on the radio,
Okay.
and the local radio is a man named fuck, now I can't. I'm naming blanking his name. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It's
He's a
okay.
legend. But the woman he does the games with is named Susan. Right?
Okay.
And they were talking about a recent trip because they had an away series against the Oakland A's very
Oh, I
recently.
was at that game. I was at that series.
And when they were talking about it, Susan was like, "Oh, before we left, I went into the store to try to get something that had, some kind of merchandise or memorabilia to, because it's their final season as the Oakland A's.
Sure.
Do you know what? There was not one single thing in that store that had Oakland on it. It was just all A's. It was just all the A's. No mention of Oakland, right? And then,
So,
there's a dramatic pause, and then she said, "Horrible people." Like she's fuck those owners. Like she hates them. It was beautiful.
Yeah, the owner still fucked up that really big. He didn't go to all the shops then because me and my man Free, shout out to Free, uh, he's a big Oakland A's fan. Like he took that series very emotionally. I'm not gonna throw him under the bus and say like he started crying in the elevator because, well, anyway.
Maybe he did.
But he was just like, "Hey man, we got some time. You just want to walk around or whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's walk around." And so we went to 4 different souvenir shops, and yes, there is merchandise with Oakland
Yeah.
on the shirt. It's there. Not a lot of it. I'll grant her that, and maybe not even in her size. I don't know what this woman looks like, but there is merchandise there that says Oakland on it. Um, cool thing I noticed when we went to one of the shops, they actually have like used equipment for sale. That now it's just like triple digit prices, but like you want a game used ball. Not only do we have this baseball, but we got the specific moment, the specific game, the specific date that this thing was hit. Oh, you want a baseball bat? We got some that are broken, and we got the specific detail about what happened. Oh, but maybe you want a full bat. We got that too. So and so helped this bat against this team on this date and hit a home run or got a base hit or I did whatever. Again, everything is very expensive. You want to buy second base? We got second base thing. And I was just like, I don't even know if the Giants do this, but this is, while I'm not an A's fan, cool shit here, man. Like, if I was an A's fan, I would love to fork out triple digits worth of cash and buy one of these things. 88 and 1990, all the stuff from 1989 when the A's actually won in that trilogy were gone. However, I was just like, if you're an Oakland A's fan, this is a fucking dope system. Sorry, dude. I know you paused there for.
Oh no, I don't know if it's your internet or my internet, but there's some pauses, dramatic pauses, and then suddenly you speak quickly. So yeah, I was just trying to catch up on everything, but yeah, fuck the Oakland A's.
No, I saw this thing saying we're unstable, which we haven't had for like a year since
I know, right? I had one of those earlier, so something's happening. Something's happening in the world. Maybe this is it. Maybe the world is finally ending, where if New York and Los Angeles are both, or San Francisco are both unstable. Oh, this is it. This is the big one. This is the big one, pal. Anyway,
going back to the New York Yankees, that Aaron Judge dude, it's a real fucking deal, man. Like I saw him play 3 times this year, or at least 3 separate series. Believe the hype. Aaron Judge is the real deal, dude. Shohei Ohtani for the Dodgers. Wow. Phenomenal players, dude. Like I'm in awe of these 2 dudes.
I'm very aroused.
Right. Let's not let the instability beat us. Shall we just crack straight into this week's top stories? Got a bunch.
Let's get into it. By the way, shout out to Maggie Smith, Chris Christopherson, John Ashton, Dikembe Mateo, and the late Pete Rose. God bless all y'all. It's supposed to be rule of 3, but we somehow have 5 this week. So
not a good week. Not a good week.
Maybe Def, if you're any of those 5 people.
Maybe Def was like shorting his numbers. It's the end of the month. He had to catch up.
Maybe.
Well, Ethan, hit the music. It's now time for this week's top stories.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
Bubbles.
We mentioned last week there might be some new information about this goddamn puppy diddy duddy diddy duddy. And we weren't wrong. Let's go into the lighter stuff. But so apparently, we was like, why the fuck does he need over 1,000 bottles of baby oil? And his lawyer, or his man, I think it was his lawyer, came out to his defense to make it to say something that's supposed to make us go, oh, that makes sense. Now I understand why Diddy had over 1,000 bottles of baby oil in his house. So Mark Agnifilo, who is representing the music mogul, as this article says, told TMZ that it was possible that Diddy could have purchased the baby oil at Costco, the wholesale giant, saying he has a big house. He buys in bulk. I think they have Costco's in every place that he has a home. Which, hey,
There's like 2 places or 3 places.
there is a Costco very close to where I live.
Mm-hmm.
I have never bought 1,000 of anything. Unless, like, even, like, I have bought, they have, like, a really cool, like, nice like, tub of peanuts.
Okay.
It's a big tub of peanuts.
Mm-hmm.
Never counted. Pretty sure there's not even 1,000 peanuts in that jar. There's nothing that you should buy 1,000 of at Costco, right? So, but then Costco, I don't know if you saw this, Kush. Costco released a statement following this accusation that maybe Diddy bought 1,000 bottles of baby oil at Costco, in which Costco said that they do not sell baby oil in any of their US locations. Fuck! God damn it.
Well,
maybe if you're going to say that, lawyer, man, maybe do a little research and check just to make sure they sell baby oil, because they don't. But so,
hey, Sean, where'd you have your staff buy all the baby oil? And then he'd be like, we got a deal on Amazon or whatever. We went to Sam's Club. Well, that's a place also. No offense to you, the Serb Squad, or anyone else, but I was watching a Bill Maher episode before we started today, just because whatever. And the baby oil got brought up again, and I'm just like, he bought it in bulk. Like, it doesn't really matter where he got it from. He bought it in bulk. It's like 15 cents a piece at that point. I don't know. If we want to still talk about the baby oil, I would like to know, like, are these little bottles of baby oil like the hand sanitizer during COVID, or are these gallon volumes of baby oil? Like, that's the only question. But also, I'm past the baby oil. Like, let's get into the whole sex trafficking thing. Let's talk about the blackmail. Let's get into everything else. Like, yeah, he's a freak. He had a lot of orgies. Some celebrities are shitting their pants right now. That's it. Like, we don't need to focus on the baby oil anymore. Again, not to disrespect your segment today. I'm just tired of everyone bringing up the baby oil. There's other stuff happening with that.
There is, but what I have found is bizarre is that the man representing Diddy, when the revelation of said oil came out, his first response was, I guess, oh shit, people really be wondering where I got it from. Like, wherever you got it from is not the issue here, pal. That's not the people are worrying about. Well, where does he buy all that oil? It's the fact that this doesn't make you look bad, but yes, trafficking, all that stuff is very bad. And yeah, I think,
you know what? He's got people and he's got money, so it's safe to say he could have just reached out to Johnson and Johnson and say, "Would you mind sending us 1,000 units of baby oil?" Don't ask why. Like, it's
like people
got it from the fucking source.
That people have in their homes and in their office buildings. You know those big vats of water.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Water bottles or the water jugs.
The bit, and they're that really fucking heavy. You turn them upside down, and it clunks in, and then you just do the tap. Ooh, look at me! And like maybe once a week, some guy comes in with like 4 or 5 new ones and takes away your empties. Maybe he had that.
Absolutely possible.
Because Johnson Johnson's not going to turn down that money, are they? They're going to say,
of course they would, and they'd be like, "Oh shit, Sean Combs wants to buy from us directly. That's so exciting! I love the Notorious P.I.G."
Maybe he's going to maybe he's going to mention this in one of his hippity hop songs. They never did, so jokes on them. But yeah, when you are raided by the federal government and strange things are found in your house, we're not worried where you purchased them from. That's not the issue, but there you go.
Some people are still focused on that, but it shouldn't be us. It's just all I'm saying.
No, but that's the thing. He brought more attention on it because yes, we made fun of the baby oil last week. With that, then it's done. It's done now. We've made fun of you, but then he came back and was like, "Wait, I know you, but I got the receipts.
I know it's on
bought."
everybody's mind, right?
It's like, what? No, why are you now? You're making it. You've somehow made the fact that he had all this made it weirder now. Like, just leave it alone. You're supposed to be his lawyer. You're doing a terrible job. Anyway, segue. I bet Diddy has a very bad headache from all of this stuff. But now there is way to cure said. Because according to if you are a migraine sufferer, are you a migraine sufferer, Kush?
Thankfully, not in years, but I do know the pain. It feels like your whole skull is just collapsing, and you can't see, and everything hurts.
Yes, very fortunate. I could probably count my migraines in my life on one hand, but I know there are people that have suffered them constantly, and it's a horrible situation. But now, if you are able to listen or watch this podcast, oh, help is at hand, baby birds. So, according to Statista.com, so a website that has lots of information. According to their 2022 data, around 82% of women in America own a vibrator, right?
I believe that.
I was actually, when I saw that, I was like, that low? Like,
That low.
I'm assuming, because I'm assuming where it says around 82%, I'm going to assume above a certain age, because obviously I'm going to assume 4-year-old women don't, or 4-year-old girls don't. You know what I mean? So I'm assuming it's of a certain age, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Over 18. Over
I
18.
think we're thinking too much about this. But now,
yes,
apparently, those sex toys are being used in an unorthodox way by me with migraines. So normally, if you're the type of person just take an Advil, lay down in a dark room to solve your head pain, perhaps next time you should apply a sex toy. This is the thing, right? Right between your eyes, like here, like right between your eyes and your eyebrows. Stick the vibrator there.
Okay.
And apparently it helps. So according to Reddit, a thread on Reddit, some people say that they do this all the time, with some men often reaching for their partner's vibrators on occasion. Whilst bizarre, the DIY method isn't so far-fetched because past research suggests that the vibration can be a suitable therapy for migraines, which apparently affects 1 billion people globally. Wow. It's interesting information to have, but I'm just going to say there are other forms of things you can get that vibrate. Doesn't have to be your wife's vibrator. Don't have to like get the old Lysol wipes. Whenever she's been, and then stick maybe a toothbrush or things like that. But yeah, so there you go. So have you ever tried have you ever grabbed the old rampant rabbit? That was a popular sex toy in the UK. I don't know if it reached over here. But
the rabbit did make it out here.
I
did a couple chicks with the rabbit. Fun
did
time.
Did you ever maybe try that? Did you ever apply the rabbit to your head? No?
I did. I would never even have occurred to me to do that. So yeah.
Do you know anyone that owns a vibrator, Kush?
Yeah, in fact, it's actually strange to find out
Please don't say your mum.
the girls that I know that don't own any kind of sex toy. They're very few and far between. I'm just like, really? You're a very healthy woman. Why wouldn't you have one of those? Oh, you're a popular lady, I guess. All right. Anyway, no, yeah.
Or maybe
yeah,
she's got really talented hands.
She might have really talented hands. She might also have some self-control, which many of us do not have. But yeah,
or malfunction.
I know more women with
washing
sex
machine.
toys and vibrators than I do who don't.
Well, there you go. So next time you get a really bad headache, do you think you could make the call and do some research for us?
I'll see what I can do.
Appreciate it.
So
there you go.
If the women I've seen naked now are all up in Portland for some reason. I don't know why they all migrated up there, but they ain't down here anymore.
Fun fact. Well, there you go. It's a road trip. Next time that you have a, although you probably don't want to drive to Portland with a migraine.
Probably take a plane. Probably take a plane for that one. It's 2 hours.
Yeah, members of the Syrup Squad, let us know. Enjoy wafflebox@gmail.com or hit us up at wafflebox on X. If you next time you have a migraine, whack that vibrator right between your eyes.
Yeah, whack the fucking vibrator right between your eyes.
Just like teabag yourself. Look.
Yeah. What is a massaging device that is technically not a sex toy? And I'm not talking about the Swedish neck massager, which is clearly a sex toy, but they call it the Swedish neck massager.
Well, I have a massage gun.
Oh, that gimmick goes.
Yeah, but that even on its lowest setting, I don't. If I put that between my eyes,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd probably best not to do that. Because that fucking thing that goes to town. Fuck me.
Yeah. So I've seen a lot of
apply
professional
that to your
athletes
skull.
use those right on their clam.
Or yeah, or between your legs, women. Don't do that because this is unless you enjoy getting fisted, I guess, violently.
We did a review for the movie. I forget what it's called. The movie about the 4 Asian chicks who like getting buck fucked.
Oh, Joyride.
Joyride. Thank you very much. Yeah, there's a whole there's a. It's not necessarily a sex scene, but it's an intimate scene where that gimmick gets used, and the chick not only explodes the medicine ball between her thighs, but like gives the guy a fucking hernia. And then the European basketball team can't perform in Korea the next day, and they're like, "What the fuck, bitch? I thought you were cool."
That's aggressive.
It's a funny scene. It's a funny scene. It's a funny scene.
There you go. Joyride, 4 out of 5. Check it out.
I think that was the review I gave.
I think it was 4 out of 5.
It was a funny movie. Even rewatched it on the plane to Amsterdam last year. Loved it.
If I remember correctly, you ended that review by saying more people should see this, but probably won't. So here's your reminder. If you haven't already seen it, go out and see Joyride. You'll get to see a massage gun used as a vibrator. And if anything, why wouldn't you want to see that? Finally this week, how often do you go to the gym, Kush? Do you go to the gym?
9 years, unfortunately. I get a lot of physical labor on my day job.
Me too. I don't. Do you know what? I hit over 20,000 steps on Saturday at work. I was very proud of myself. Yeah, I don't go to the gym. You might be shocked to see because look at these pythons there. If you're watching the YouTube version, you'll quite see that I've got some. If Hulk Hogan had how big were Hulk Hogan's pythons? They're like 20 inches.
36-inch pythons.
36-inch pythons Hulk Hogan had at his peak. I probably got about 6. But never mind.
I remember being super
excited.
I messed up the measurement. I measured lengthwise, and I went,
"Oh,
I got 36-inch pythons, Mom. Look, I'm like Hulk Hogan." No, it's the circumference of his bicep.
It's all about the girth.
Yeah.
Anyway, thankfully, me and you apparently made the right decision because the story I'm about to tell you is the reason why you should never ever go to the gym, and they should all just close up shop and never be spoken of again. When? Because a South Carolina woman had to be hospitalized after her arms exploded while she was doing pull-ups for a high-intensity CrossFit routine.
I have some questions, but I don't even know where to begin. Can we elaborate on exploded?
Yes, we may. So she'd been participating in the Murph Challenge, which is a cross-training regimen that involves running a mile, completing a circuit of 300 squats, 200 push-ups, and 100 pull-ups, and then running another mile afterwards. Seems dumb to me.
I agree.
So after completing that, the next day her arms were super sore and swollen. The swelling snowballed over the next few days to where people compared her to the Incredible Hulk.
Okay. Not She-Hulk, but the Incredible Hulk. Faster.
The Hulk. It wasn't until she lost feeling in her hands that she decided, maybe I should get this checked out.
Good idea.
Blood tests and other exams revealed rhabdomyolysis,
I've
which
seen
is
it.
a life-threatening condition where muscles basically explode and release toxic chemicals into the bloodstream. Despite sustaining some liver damage, she was discharged from the hospital 4 days after being admitted, and she has made a full recovery about a week after her arms exploded. So basically, her muscles tore enough to where the shit inside the muscles was leaking out into her bloodstream, and she almost fucking died. The fuck?
Jesus Christ.
Why would
So,
you? Oh,
yeah, I don't. Yeah, one, I don't think anyone expects that to happen. Two, I remember hearing stories about like, again, wrestler favorite of both of ours on the Waffle Box, Dave Batista. Like, I forget.
yeah. He walks for miles inside this pit of danger.
I remember. I think it was a WrestleMania, but he talked about he tried to lift like Triple H or some heavy 300-pound motherfucker, and just all the muscles in his bicep just ripped off of his skeleton. And like he was just like, yeah, yeah. Sounds disgusting. Sounds awful. Just like all that shit just folded up, like just like. And I was like, that sounds terrifying. He's like, yeah, I didn't know for like 3 days. I'm like, what? Maybe you didn't know for like 3 days. You didn't know for 3 days. You didn't know for a week. Like, how do you just like go like, yeah, why are you not using your left arm at all, like for anything at this point, dude? What? Oh, gross. So yeah, this makes me not want to lift any heavier than this drink cup, and maybe not even that anymore. You might just have to get one of those super long flexi straws. Just yay, bourbon.
Did you ever see speaking of wrestlers and their injuries, did you ever see the famous picture of Cody Rhodes and his pec injury?
Yes, I think we talked about that on this show.
Oh
Even
yeah, he
like, yeah,
tore his
all this was just bruised up.
he tore his pec at the gym. Apparently, that's what he said, and I'll believe him. But yeah, then
Yeah,
he's like his
I know.
entire left side of his chest and his arm was just purple. It was
Looked
oh.
like someone hit him in the fucking chest with a bat repeatedly, and you're just
Oh,
like,
I
ooh.
was gonna say it looked like he'd spilt some like beets on himself and stained his skin, but that's also
That'd
another
probably been the least.
visual.
That'd probably been a better way to go with that, but it looked horrific, and I was just like, and you're still working, bro? What? Take the day off. You've earned it. And he's like, no, I have to keep rocking.
I have a Hell in a Cell match. God damn it!
I got oh, Kush. I gotta do this.
Speaking of beets, what is up with beets? Huh? They're so fucking obnoxious. You ever notice that? Like
Oh, beet the
the
vegetable beets.
vegetable, oh, and you get them in a little jar, and then like if you're trying to
Yeah, I don't fuck with it.
like sometimes I'll cut a beet because I'm making a salad,
Okay,
and I'll cut a beet, but to cut the beet, you have to hold the beet with one hand and obviously chop it with the other hand,
sure, that's how that works.
and then just by slightly touching the beet, like your fingers are purple for like a day. You can't wash
Oh,
that
geez,
shit off. Oh,
really? Oh, that's disgusting.
it's ridiculous. Like,
I've
stop
heard
being a dick, Beats.
I've heard podcaster Adam Carolla also go on about beets, where like he forgot he had a bunch of beets in his salad, and then the next day he looked in the toilet bowl and he was like, "Oh my God, I'm shitting blood." And he was like, "Oh no, I had beets yesterday." Oh, whew. And I was like,
It
you
is
know what? I don't even
concerning.
need that. I don't need that stress in my life, man. So we're avoiding the beets.
But on the flip side, though, that's the only reason I eat corn. I like to make sure there's corn in as many of my meals as possible because there is nothing like the joy of the next day pooping and then looking around and going, yep, look at all that corn. Hey.
You want to have two different pooping experiences then. So yeah, no,
Well, because
thank you.
corn, apparently, because of the skin of
Does
the
not
corn,
digest.
does not
Yes,
digest. So unless
I
you
understand.
chew the corn properly, that shit's not breaking down. That corn is making it make its way all the way through and coming out in your poop and making it look like
Like
a
decline.
yeah. So sometimes, look at that. Corn in my poop. It's the highlight of my day.
No, thank
Welcome to the world of the 39-year-old man.
you.
Corn in my poop. Anyway, where did we go from there? Yeah, so don't go to the gym anymore. Your arms may explode
Can't argue with that.
and you could die.
Have you seen the video? Like, there's no one specific video. There's a few videos of this where like someone is doing the leg squats. You know, they're sitting in a chair and they're doing the whole game. And we're like, and, like, you know, it doesn't matter how much they're lifting. They actually like press forward too much, so now their weight, their legs are locked,
Oh, and then the knee
but they're
buckles.
and then all of a sudden just like their legs fold 90 degrees the wrong way. Oh my God. I yelp like a girl every time I see a video like that. Again, there's no one specific video. It's a series now of different mishaps. And you're just like, oh no, no, no. How do you do that?
Yeah. Never go to a gym. Yes, I might be a skinny cunt, but hey, guess what? My knees bend the right direction. My arms haven't exploded ever. Man, I'm good. I'm good to go, pretty much.
I still need to get back into stripper bench pressing weight. I miss doing that pre-pandemic.
See, at least
And we wanted to
then,
do the whole fucking world record thing, and we never got to do it. But it's still on my dream board.
totally, because worst case scenario, if you're bench pressing a stripper and your arms explode and you have to drop her, worst case, you get a stripper on top of you.
Yeah, but you can do it. Anyway, I hear what you're saying. That will still hurt, but I hear what you're saying. And yes, it's better than weights dropping on your face. It's just a
Exactly.
female lady like, yeah, oh my God, I smell like baby oil
And coconut oil.
and coconut. Good call, Mike Fish. Guess where Mike's Fish has been recently?
I've 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 gone to bed many a nights and woken up and my bed smells like coconut oil and has sprinkles all around it. Like, God damn it,
Well,
it
if
should be.
Mrs. Fish didn't know before that, she knows now.
Oh, this is my back in my youthful single days when I used to come home from work and I would get on the bed still with my shoes on. Oh,
Oh, really? You're
oh
that
yeah,
good?
I was a
Okay, weird.
filthy bastard when I was younger. I didn't give a
Well, you're
shit.
still a filthy bastard, but shoes in the bed. Okay, okay.
Oh, shoes on the bed.
I mean, I don't wear shoes in the bed, but I'm a filthy bastard too. But shoes in the bed? Okay.
I was like when I was like in my late teens, early 20s, I was like the honey badger. I didn't give a fuck.
Go
But
on. Now
now
you're
I
domesticated.
now I've been very domesticated. I'm a very different man. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Before I'm incriminated any further. To other people, they're out there achieving things with their lives, and they're achieving things so well that someone at an Irish brewery is out there going, "Oh my God, that's so fucking impressive. Here, have a Guinness." It's not racist, I'm half Irish. It's now time for this week's Dumb World Record of the week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why?
Why?
Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
Why? This week's Dumb World Record takes us to Pennsylvania, the home of the Penguins and the Flyers and the Eagles, the state that's obsessed with birds, even the flightless ones. If you don't know Philadelphia sports, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but whatever. Joshua Kaiser, a Pennsylvania man, successfully broke the record for the world's tallest hat after several years of failed attempts that begun when Penn State University closed its campus in the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay.
His final design was inspired when he came across some lightweight gutters at Home Depot,
Okay. Listen.
as well as a Philadelphia Eagles trash can. Other trash cans are available. That he said looked about the circumference of my head. Now, I'm not going to judge anyone out there, but if you look at a trash can and your first thought is, oh, I bet that'd fit nicely on my head, You got issues, pal. You got fucking issues. So the hat itself was then reinforced with expanding foam, and he covered it with Santa-style red fabric to give it the appearance of a hat. So now, Guinness, obviously, we've done this before. This is our first rodeo. Kush, we know Guinness World Record people. They like to throw in odd little caveats to these things where, like, yeah, the hat has to be this much, but then you have to do something else with it or some bullshit like that.
Sure.
So to break the world record for the world's tallest hat, he couldn't just wear the hat. Oh, no. He had to walk a certain distance whilst wearing the hat.
Okay.
Which was a distance. Now I'm going to Google this because this doesn't, right.
And while you're Googling, this is one hat. This isn't like 12 hats. This is one hat while you're Googling this.
Right, yeah, okay. So I was Googling, so I'm Googling the comparisons of feet to meters because it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Because it said that the required distance to break the Guinness record was 32.8 feet. So I was like, that seems very specific. That seems very oddly specific. But I did just double check. That does equate to 10 meters. So he had to walk 10 meters. That makes a little bit more sense. In this hat.
Okay.
Now, how tall do you think this hat was, Kush? Go on.
3 feet tall.
You going for 3 feet?
This is one hat we're talking about.
One hat. It's one hat made out of lightweight gutters from Home Depot, I guess, maybe, and then reinforced with expanding foam.
And a trash can?
Well, I think that maybe the trash can was just inspiration, but possibly a trash can. I don't know. Maybe that's the base.
Honest answer.
So you're going with 3 feet?
Going 3 feet tall. 1 yard.
Ooh, look at that thrown in there, just casually just dropping other measurements of distance that I know of. Oh,
I don't know what a meter is. I'm sorry.
I think a yard. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You know what you should do? The fun ones, just throwing some of the old ones. Like, how tall is this hat? I reckon around about 1/10 of a Boeing 747. Like, I fucking love those bits.
Tall.
It's about
1.5 Smurfs.
What? 1/3 of a football field. Here, the biggest hat was 17 feet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
9.5 inches. Which...
17 feet, 9.5 inches.
So almost 18 feet. So it's almost 3 of me. Back to back to back. It's a big hat.
I mean, that's a lot of weight on your head, too. I was literally going to go right behind the green screen here and pick up my hat collection, including the 3 or 4 hats that are there, plus the one on my head, and go like, fuck that guy. But I don't have one that goes 18 feet tall.
To get at Home Depot more often.
Right.
But yeah, so I guess congratulations to Joshua Kaiser, who now owns the world's tallest hat. Good luck getting a job with that for a woman. Right. But as long as you're happy.
They're going to put him in a position where he has to wear a fucking 20-foot hat. Like, staying outside in the heat for 8.5 hours of the day.
Whilst juggling bananas. What do I have to juggle these bananas?
Juggle?
This is our rules. This is do besmirch the good name of the Guinness World Records. We know what we're doing.
Can you juggle, Mike Fish?
I can juggle 2 things.
Oh, okay, that's more. That's 2 more than I can do.
Sometimes I can introduce a 3rd item into said juggling routine, but it doesn't last very long. It's all about the rhythm. But the rhythm of the night. I don't have any balls in here, but that opens me up to some jokes.
Next time, we'll exhibit your talent next week, if we remember.
My impressive ball handling skills may be on episode 170 next week.
I only took half my glasses off for that one.
Anyway, that wraps up this week's first half of this podcast, or the Dumb Old Record segment, I should say. Still to come, it's this week's birthday blackjack. It's the first birthday blackjack of October. Ooh, the year is almost over. We are 75% complete of 2024. How crazy is that?
How did that happen? I was literally at opening day last week. I was literally at opening day of the baseball season last week, and now it's October. I don't
It's
get it,
been
Mike.
pissing down with rain every day here. It's like literally someone flicked the goddamn full switch, and now it's pissing down with rain. Yeah,
we had a heat wave today, and I dressed up for July San Francisco and neglected that I should have dressed down for October San Francisco. It was
always check
hot.
your calendar before you get dressed.
Or just step outside for 3 minutes and go like, maybe I don't need this mesh. Maybe I don't need this many layers today. 3 whole minutes could have solved my whole day.
I don't want to make a light of the weather because apparently we're getting like, it's like the offshoot of that hurricane that's been fucking up North Carolina.
I heard there was a hurricane on the East Coast. I did hear that.
Jesus, that's been pretty bad. So I guess, I won't complain of a little drizzle, I guess, but reminds me of home.
But still.
But anyway, there we go. Still to come, yes, this week's birthday blackjack. Kush is reviewing a movie about
I do that.
asses, which is gonna be nice. It's exciting.
Ass comes up in it a little bit.
Hopefully, there's some jiggling ass.
Not really. No, unfortunately.
Damn it. And then obviously we're not just a feel good story, but all that, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, stick around if you could. Here's time for a word from our sponsors.
Yeah.
Hey kiddos, are your friends sick and tired of seeing your ass? Are you constantly exposing the world to your dirty tighty-whities? Do you trip up constantly because your pants are around your ankles? You need to get yourself a belt. Belts have been ensuring people's skid marks stay hidden for over 3,000 years and are an official partner of the Waffle Box podcast.
I was on the bus the other day and saw a dude sagging. That means he's not wearing a belt and his pants are around his ass. This isn't a new thing. I've never understood it for the last 30 years. I once upon a time sagged because I forgot a belt at home, and then I just dealt with it and made sure I wore a belt the next day. Anyways, this gentleman, pants around his ass, but his shorts, while visibly exposed, it's got nothing but dookie stains on it. They ain't grass stains. They ain't like, oh, I accidentally rubbed some chocolate on my hip here. Like,
as you do.
He was in his early 20s, but he was also clearly trying to pull his pants back up, and I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like, also change your goddamn underwear, you fucking asshole.
Place your bets. It's now time for birthday blackjack.
I also like to live dangerously.
Hey, welcome everyone to the October 2nd edition of Birthday Blackjack, the game show where you, as Hero Squad members, get to guess how old celebrities are and you get to win prizes. It's basically for pride, but still, it's a victory nevertheless. If this is the first time you're playing this game, here's the rules. I'm going to give you 5 celebrities and you have to guess how old they are now because they're celebrating their birthday on this day, October 2nd. And your score is made up of your margin of error. So if the celebrity is 50 and you guess 53, then you're 3 out. So you score 3 for that certain celebrity. And the aim of the game is to stay between 21 and below. Hence the blackjack element. If you are lucky enough to get the celebrity's age spot on,
Perfect.
then you get to take 5 points off of your score. Kush, you're going to be playing along as always, and this is week 32 of Celebrity Birthday Blackjack, and your record currently stands at 11-20 after your amazing victory last week.
That was pretty great, right? However, unfortunately, I'm doing as good as the Chicago White Sox this year. Oh, burn!
Burn! Ah, fuck Chicago. Anyway, are you ready to play?
Yes, please.
Let's get in. Who is celebrity number one?
Number 1.
1980s pop star. And the one who sang, I think we're alone now. Woo. Tiffany. Or give a full name, Tiffany Darwish. But yes, Tiffany, the pop star. How old is Tiffany nowadays?
I didn't know Tiffany was in the tribe. Very interesting. I believe she's like, I'm gonna just go say 55.
55.
Yeah, she's not a teen pop star anymore, but she's still performing, she's still kicking ass, and still looks pretty good. I actually had a Playboy of hers from 20 years ago.
Wait, Tiffany did Playboy?
20 years ago. Yeah.
What?
It was that weird thing. She's like, I'm 30 now, but I still got this body, so I should probably do Playboy. And I was like, thank you.
Did she show her nips?
Yeah. It was a Playboy pictorial, so she did a Playboy style shoot, so she's naked. She didn't do a Hustler style pictorial. It kept it classy and tasteful.
Well, you know,
and she was naked.
Just for research purposes, I might have to look this up after the show.
You might have to look this up. And get your 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Boom.
So you guessed 55. Tiffany is now 53 years old today.
If she wasn't 53, she was going to be 57. I thought it might be within 2.
So not a bad start. So yeah, you get 2 points for Tiffany. Now we moved on.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Daytime TV personality, Miss Kelly Ripa.
Oh.
How old's
Okay.
Kelly Ripa? She used to do the show with, if you don't know, Regis. It was Kelly and Regis for a while, and then then it moved on to Michael Shannon. Wait, Strahan. Michael Strahan.
Gentleman with the gap. Yeah.
New York Giants
Also a nice
football
guy.
legend.
Kelly
And then,
Ripa,
just like everyone else in TV, she ended up doing a fucking show with Ryan Seacrest.
Hey, good for Seacrest. Good for him. Yeah, Seacrest, biggest hustler in the world. Anyway, we're talking about Kelly Ripa, though. I'm gonna say 52.
52 is the official guess.
Yeah. She's not a spring chicken anymore, but she ain't old. She ain't retiring yet.
She's still tiny, though. It's so small. So small.
So small. Itty bitty.
It's like a Funko Pop.
Yeah, man, I want her in my pocket.
Yeah.
My chest
52 was your guess. Kelly Ripa is 54 today. So only 2 out. Taking your score up.
Sensing a pattern.
To 4. Looking good. It's looking good. Let's move on.
Feeling good.
Number 3.
Number 3. Wait. I've confused myself here.
What'd you do? What'd you do, buddy?
Let's, cause I just want to make sure I've got the right person here.
Okay.
And you'll understand in a minute. You'll understand in a minute why I'm doing this.
Due diligence. Nope, I appreciate it. But whatever happens, I appreciate it.
Okay. Right. I'm correct. British singer, not professional wrestler, Sting.
Hilarious.
I may or may not have put a picture of the wrestler Sting on the thumbnail of this, which I'm gonna have to edit obviously before we go there. Which confused. That's what I was confused. It's the British singer, not the wrestler.
So we're actually talking about the singer, not the wrestler.
The singer, the lead singer of the band The Police. The guy who's he'll be watching you.
It's so weird that that's a popular wedding song when it's about stalking a bitch.
Yeah, it's
But
creepy.
anyways,
Fuck.
Sting, the musician, as
The
opposed
musician,
to the wrestler.
not the
musician
wrestler.
Sting, he's up there in age, man. He's definitely not a spring chicken, and I think he's older than 50, so I'm just gonna say 62.
62.
Yeah. I want to say dude was in his 30s when he got big and with the police. I could be wrong. 62. Finally.
62. So Sting, the singer, not the wrestler, is 73
Fucking hell.
today.
Dang.
He looks good. It's all that tantric sex he's been having.
Just for shits and giggles, how old is the wrestler? I bet he's the same age.
I was looking that up as well. Steve Borden, as he's known on the streets,
Christian name.
is Christian, a very Christian name. He is very Christian. It's 65 right now.
Fucking hell.
Right? Sting the wrestler is younger than Sting the singer. I mean, it makes sense because Sting the singer isn't like wasn't wrestling for like 30 years.
Hilarious fun fact is Sting the wrestler sued Sting the singer and now gets residuals once a year for the name.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Wait, Sting the wrestler gets residuals?
Sting the wrestler gets
Even though
residuals.
Sting the musician's older?
Yes.
Fascinating. Which I guess because if you go to like Twitter, which is always the visual for truth, just go to Sting, it takes you to the wrestler, not the musician. So yeah, fuck you, British singer guy. Yeah, anyway, so your score is 15. Still 2 to go. We've got plenty of wiggle room still.
We were doing good.
I feel
we were doing so good, and then fuck you, Sting.
I feel you're gonna get this one spot on though. I think you're gonna nail this.
Okay,
one.
break it down.
Slipknot guitarist.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Mr. James/Jim Root. Now, since I know you have no fucking idea about Slipknot, let me give you an idea. Let me give you a hint, maybe. Or not a hint, a clue. A clue. So, the years active for Slipknot, they started out in 1995.
Okay.
So, do with that information as you will.
Thank you. I appreciate the hint. Doesn't really help because I want to say 40.
Well, it does. It means it's not going to be 30 because then he would have been the one when the band was formed. So
he's not going to be 30. You were correct. I'm going to still say he's 47. Wow, now you got me doubting myself. Oh. 53.
No, 53.
Grinding my teeth here. 53.
Mr. Jim Root is 53.
Perfect.
Yeah! I feel... I don't know. There was...
I hope I didn't blow out your eardrums there.
I was gritting the teeth. There might also be... We might have to include a new rule moving forward. That I have to see your hands at all time to make sure you're not Googling this. It just seems that happens. He had no idea who he was, and then he went from I guess for 40 something to a spot on guess.
I went from 47 to 53.
There was a lot of radio silence there.
I will not protest that rule.
No.
If that makes you feel comfortable, I will not protest it.
From next week, it's gonna be a new rule. Next week's new rule.
Okay.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it this week.
I'm not mad at that. Oh my god, I'm so elated right now. Like,
so that perfect score takes your score down to 10. Gives you a lot of wiggle room for the next final celebrity.
I'm just gonna eat
Number 5.
Just this week. We'll figure it out.
Number 5, the originator. My mom is American pie. Oh, my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Mr. Don McLean, who wrote American Pie, not the movie where the guy fucks a pie. The song about the death of Buddy Holly, and the music died. It's very sad.
Oh,
plane crash.
Is that what that's about? Okay.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, man. Okay.
Like Buddy Holly, Big Papa died in a plane crash.
63.
What? Your unstable internet connection
No, I'm familiar with
foiled your answer there.
I'm familiar with the tragedy. I'm saying 63.
63. So you think he is 1 year older than Sting?
Oh god, such a great.
So you guess 63.
Such a great goddamn point. That's an old song too. It's older than Sting and the Police. Hold. 73. I'm adding a decade to it. 73. Hands right here on my heart. Nothing's being looked up.
Hand in my heart, and you're to blame. You gave love a bad name. Bad name. So you guess 73. Mr. Don McLean. I don't think we've got this far in the jingle before. It's kind of going off on a little nice little ditty there.
We're having some connection issues. It's happens.
All good. So wait, Don McLean, you guess 73. Don McLean is 79, which gives you a score of 6 for Don McLean, which takes your final score up to 16, which means Kush, for a second week running, you are a winner.
You win. But now I'll have to dismiss the midget under here with the iPad that was giving me the scores the entire time. I'm sorry, Donna. Be good. I'll see you next.
And to be fair, if I hadn't questioned you, you would have ended up on 26. If I didn't go,
dude.
So it's an assisted win. There's an asterisk.
I don't mind the assist.
Mr.
I'm not fucking LeBron James. I don't mind the assist.
Mr. Barry Bonds. Asterisk next to this one. You juicer. Which takes up your record now to 12 and 20. Still plenty of time to get back up to 500 for the end of the year, I think, roughly. Yeah, there's more negatives left. Just gonna ask Alexa. That's the Russian version of Amazon's tool. Alexa, how many potatoes did it take to make vodka?
13 weeks to go.
Oh, 30 weeks.
Back to 500.
There you go. So you still got some wiggle room for losses, but not many.
Just a little. Just a little
wiggle room. Anyway, if you are playing along, let us know your score in the comment section below on the YouTubes, or if you are listening to the audio version of the podcast, hit us up on Twitter at Waffle Box and let us know your score, and we'll be back next week for the October 9th edition of Celebrity Birthday Blackjack. But now, it's time for a segment that we unleash Christopher to review a movie in a segment that we like to call Kush's Movie a Review.
Kush's Movie Review.
Yeah.
We had a whole think tank work for 3 weeks on that title.
Right? Best $2,000 I spent. This week's movie review is My Old Ass, which is a movie set in the future, starring Michael Myers and Eddie Murphy, where an old Shrek is talking to his old friend Donkey, who is now technically, because he's now in his late 70s, he is an old ass. And then it's like kind of like they're coming to terms with their age and they know the end is near. So they're it's like a buddy movie and they're working through their bucket lists, because because unfortunately, life expectancy of donkeys slash asses is a lot less than Shrek's. So even though they're kind of like the similar age, they know the donkey's gonna die soon. So Shrek is being a good friend and helping his old ass um check off everything and die a happy ass. Is that it?
No,
No.
no, not even close. Not even close.
God damn it.
However, since you brought up donkeys, there's been a soda campaign from Mountain Dew these last couple of weeks where there's a man in the kitchen. He is sitting on a donkey, and then another guy who looks like John Morrison but with thicker blonde hair walks in and is like, "Get off your ass!" And then they do a whole thing where like the abominable snowman is playing soccer or something stupid. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just like, wow, commercials are getting gritty these days. Get off your ass. Anyway, but we were talking about my old ass. It's rated R. It's not even a hard R. I'd say it's a soft R. I'm not sure why this isn't a PG-13. I
Is
don't
it
think there's a
because
lot
they
of
say
F-bombs in this.
vagina every now and again?
Vagina does come up, and I think at most we see like a bare butt.
Ooh,
Yeah,
cheeky.
through the 89 minutes of this, I don't know why this is an R rating. Um, there is a story, a short sci-fi story from 1973 called "The Man Who Folded Himself," where a dude discovers time travel, and I forget if he goes forward or if he goes backwards or just gets stuck in between or whatever. But he ends up coming up between three other versions of himself, and then they all fuck. That's the literal story. They literally did a joke about it on 30 Rock with Alec Baldwin once upon a time. It's actually a very funny sketch. But we're talking about my old ass, and it is written and directed by a
Wait,
woman
so
named
this guy meets two versions. So they're not even like
three
alternative
versions of himself.
universes. It's him, but
Mm-hmm.
from three different time zones, basic times in
Yes,
in.
and we're
So it's
not
not.
doing time cop rules, so they can touch themselves and the world won't collapse. But him and three other versions of himself.
So again, they're
Just
not
fuck.
like, oh, I'm from this dimension and you're from an alternative dimension.
Nope, nope.
That it's the
I'm you when
same.
you're 18. I'm you when you're 36. I'm you when you're 78, and you're you in the present.
And they're like, let's bang.
Let's bang. There's a bar involved, and there's some alcohol, but they bang.
I don't know how. I
Mike
mean,
Fish. Before we get into this
I don't know how drunk
review,
I'd have to
you
be
bump
to when I
into
have
your
sex with
past. Do
myself.
you fuck yourself? Do you
No,
fuck yourself?
because I was a very weird, awkward, like young
I have
kid.
this
And I
all
was,
week. I might at most give myself a handy. Yeah, at most.
hmm, maybe,
A month.
maybe yeah, because
I
like,
give myself a handy because I give myself a handy every day.
because it'd be like,
So
hey, look, you're going through some tough times.
it's not gay.
Let's
That's yourself, dude.
let's just skip a few years because you're gonna learn how to do this better. Just give me here, and I'll show you how to do it properly. There we go. So it'd be like helping my, because then, but then, oh, this is the awkward thing about time travel, right? Because then, let's just say if 39-year-old me goes back in time and teaches 19-year-old me how to how to masturbate properly. But then in that next 20 years, maybe I'll improve my hand job game even further. So then once I go back into my actual time zone, suddenly
You'll
I'm
be
like
just jerking off all the dudes, bro.
oh my God, I'd be so good at hand jobs. And then I'll just repeat it because I'm like, Jesus, that improved so much. Let me go back again.
Call back to the first episode. You've become much better at improv. Yes, and
Thank you. Anyway, how is this movie?
it's very cute. It's actually a very cute movie, dude. The question of can I kiss you? Can you kiss me? You want to kiss yourself? What? That does come up. They kiss. It's very, very innocent and very impartial. Anyway, um,
Wait,
written
so
and
this
directed by
movie
a woman.
actually involves time travel?
Yes-ish.
Oh shit.
Yes-ish.
Okay.
Yes-ish. Um, this is written and directed by a woman named Megan Park. She's done a bunch of other movies, not too many. I feel like there's some stuff that hasn't released. I feel like there's a couple music videos. However, this is a movie she did do. She wrote it. She directed it. I am just made fun of here, but it stars a young woman named Maisie Stella. Her older alternative is Aubrey Plaza, and then this dude named Percy White. Um, Again, this is a very cute movie. It's really about just like hey, this chick is she's a Canadian. She's the daughter of a Canadian cranberry farmer. So this movie is technically a foreign film. It's from Canada. I don't know why we're watching it, but we're watching it because we didn't watch Megalopolis this weekend, and we don't want to. She's getting ready to go to Toronto for the farm or take care of it. She's got two brothers. One, actually, I think they're both younger. One is destined to take over, but it's out. Oh, mom and dad are selling the farm, and well, maybe I'll just focus on golf. And and, and she gets a little upset by the two queer friends. Their words, not mine. Um, They go out camping. They take a bunch of mushrooms. One of them starts tripping out this way. One of them starts tripping out that way. And then Miss Maisie Stella is introduced to her older self, Aubrey Plaza. And she's like, I don't know how this works, dude. I was in my house a minute ago, and now I'm talking to your dumbass. Uh, Gives her some rules. Like, hey, don't do this. Maybe hang out with your brother a little more. Hey, focus on mom. That would be nice if you did that. Oh, dad's gonna farm. But then she sprinkles in a couple things from. I I miss eating fish or whatever. Like they for 20-year-olds have changed dramatically. Aubrey Plaza ends up stealing the phone, plugging in her phone number for her future self, and they're able to communicate a little bit more that way. And then, like, they'll be talking on the phone, and all of a sudden you'll hear Ari turns, and she's like, "Hey, man, I want to go. I want to talk to you more, but I gotta go." And you're like, what the fuck is going on in the future there? Like, it's supposed to be 2024 now, but in 2044, apparently a bunch of ill shit's happening. Anyways, um, look,
Yeah, how
this
does
isn't the
that
greatest
work?
movie.
Wait, she puts a phone number in?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that just phone the person who has that phone number in 2024?
I think so. Aren't a lot of stable rules in this, and this is mainly for chicks who are waxing nostalgic on their youth and worried about their future selves. But it also works for other people too, namely dudes named Kush. Um, I remember when I was 19, everything was awkward, everything was a fucking chore, and I'm just like, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that, blah 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 blah. And the whole movie is about just like, don't take this little shit for granted. Every moment is precious, blah 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 blah. Found this movie very cute. I believe this will resonate with more chicks than it will with dudes. I think some dudes who've been through some shit will also be like, ah, oh, that was sweet. Ah, I need a tissue now for my eyeballs. Anyways, I enjoyed it quite a bit. We really don't have much to talk about this, man. It was really well done. A lot of this takes place in the woods of Canada. It's not a very complicated movie, despite you going like, how does the time travel shit work? They don't know. At one point, again, Maisie Stella eats a bunch of mushrooms, and at one point, Aubrey Plaza has to come back and go like, "I ate 3 pounds of weed to come back here." And you're like, oh, you did what you have to do, bitch. Whatever. Anyways, I'm still giving this a 4 out of 5. I don't think this is going to win any little gold trophy this year, but I think it was way better than the alternatives tourist reviews of the year. But I enjoyed it. My old ass, 4 out of 5. I got really nothing else to say. Chicks out there, I dare you not to like it, dudes. I still think to like it. That's all I got. It's not a complicated film.
Wow. Sounds like, people insulted time travel elements
It's a
of
movie.
Back to the Future and things like that. This sounds
Did they?
horrific.
Okay. I wouldn't take it too seriously. Are people insulting the time travel of Back to the Future?
In that,
Everyone
like,
I've
say,
heard
if
is like,
when
it's a perfect film. No one should ever touch it again. Don't remake Back to the Future. I'm like,
oh,
remake
that's
Back to the
it.
Future. It'll be fine. You don't have to see it.
But in terms of like the rules of like how time travel and the implications of time
Those
travel and
bitches
all
don't
that
know, man. We're talking
nonsense.
about Canadian cranberry farmer. She don't know.
Apparently, she's creating time machine out of weed that she's consuming.
Yeah. Yep. And mushrooms. And mushrooms.
Hmm. Speaking of, she's also in. She's only in a short part of the first episode. Um, uh, Agatha All Along on Disney Plus.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I heard everybody loved that first episode, and then everybody hated the second episode. And I was like, well,
Oh,
who cares?
I was the opposite. I was like, oh, the
Okay.
first episode was all right, and the second episode, and then the third episode got me. I was like, oh, okay, I'm interested. I want to see where this
Okay.
goes. It's
Okay.
like,
I
so
haven't
yeah,
seen any of it.
well, because you're a Marvel hater. I
No,
don't
I
know if you
love the
have.
Marvel movies, but I
I don't know.
don't care about the Marvel TV shows. They're just TV shows, and they ain't all that.
Have you watched Loki season 2 yet?
Nope, not at all.
Oh,
Not even a little bit. I think I watched one episode for the just to burn time, and then I didn't give a shit.
so good.
Yeah,
Also,
guess what?
before we wrap up this week's movie review,
Sure.
have you seen Will and Harper on Netflix yet?
I don't know what that is.
It's so it's Will um God damn it. This is why I shouldn't drink during episodes. Anchorman,
Farrell?
Will Ferrell.
Oh, that's
Um
embarrassing. You're the bigger Will
I
Ferrell
know, right?
fan than I am.
I'm getting old now. I'm nearly
You
40.
are.
And a former writer from Saturday Night Live who transitioned to a woman who is now named Harper,
Okay. Well, good
and
for them.
they go on a road trip across America to kind of like get to know each
Oh, I've
other
heard about
again and
this.
blah blah. It's really fucking good. I would definitely recommend checking it out if you
That's on Netflix.
it's a Netflix documentary
I would check
and
it out. Yeah, I
it's
heard that was pretty
fantastic.
good. No, that's
Fantastic.
Netflix, not Disney Plus.
That is Netflix. Agatha All Along, Disney Plus. My old ass is still in theaters or on my OnlyFans. If you're interested.
It's a MGM film, so it'll be on Amazon Prime in like a month. Like if you don't have a date to take this to, if you don't have to review this for the Waffle Box the next day, like wait a month and see it on Prime. But I enjoyed the hell out of it. I thought it was very cute.
Bob's my old ass. Not about Shrek. Um, about the woman from Parks and Recreations. Who'd have thunk? 4 out of 5. Check it out if you so
She's a
wish.
mature, demure lady these days.
Right.
Yeah, she was actually one of the best parts of the Child's Play reboot, Aubrey Plaza.
That that's plaudits. That is. If you think if there's some flowers. Some flowers right there.
I was just telling someone about this the other day, how flower is now the new word for prop or respect or accolades, and it's like I don't understand shit. No one's giving anyone flowers. It's like, are people giving people flowers? It's like, no one's giving anyone flowers, but that's a phrase now. It's like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, it's because like
Shout out to Jordan.
at the end of an incredible performance, it would be common that members of the audience would hand actors and actresses bouquets of flowers as if to say,
I
you did
understand
an
that.
amazing
That I
job.
understand.
Here are your
I think
flowers.
you're oversimplifying it. I think you're taking it to the European British roots of what that would be. But this is a hip hop thing. Like a
Oh,
little Jewish guy told me, like, I wanted to give him my flowers. I was like, what, motherfucker, you're 50 years old. Why are you saying let's give someone their flowers?
wait,
You I know damn well you didn't give anybody flowers.
he wanted to give them flowers, or he wanted to give them his flower? What is?
Oh, well,
Because
you know what? Just for shits and
giving
giggles,
someone
because I
your
know he's never
flower
gonna
is a
see this.
very different thing.
Because I know he's not gonna watch this, and I know he's been to prison. I'm gonna say he gave him his flower. Also, don't touch my French fries, motherfucker. That's an inside thing. We're not gonna explain that.
Let's
And
get
that's how you
to
should cut the video. Right there.
let's get to the bottom of this.
I'm not mad at that either.
Let's wrap this week's show up with a way to make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. It's now time for this week's feel-good story of the week.
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
Oh, have you ever burped, but you kind of held your mouth shut, and so the burp kind of goes up to your nose? Woo!
Oh, sure. Yeah.
What a
I've also
fuzzy
burped
defense
and like got a
sensation.
little bile in my throat too.
Oh, it's
Not neither are fun.
I'm twinkling my nose. Anyway, this week's feel-good story comes to us from, I believe, Michigan.
Okay.
Great state of
The Motor
Michigan.
City. Oh, well, that's Detroit.
That's Detroit, but
Michigan
yeah,
is a state.
Michigan, yeah. I got what you was pointing out there, Kush. I got it. I got you what
Did
you
you
was
pick
doing.
up what I was putting down?
I picked up. I picked up your flowers.
Don't touch my flower. Thank you, sir.
Abby. We're talking about Abby, a compassionate little girl.
Sounds nice.
With a love for animals. And she recently had a lemonade stand outside of her home.
Sweet.
And into which she raised $80 and change.
Okay, good for her.
It's not bad. It's
That's
good
not
hustle.
easy.
It's good
How
hustle.
much was she charging?
$40. I don't know. But still. So she took the $80 plus change that she earned from her lemonade stand and she sent it to the Kent County Animal Shelter.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yes. And she wrote a little hand-wrote letter, which basically said, hey, I had a lemonade stand. I raised just over $80. My parents have matched my money. So here's $160. And then she wrote maybe, and it was like MAYB. There was no E. She misspelled maybe, bless her. Maybe you can buy them some toys or something, right? That's what she put in the letter. To which the Kent County Animal Shelter posted the letter on their Facebook page. Which with the caption, "We received a special donation today," alongside the photo of the letter. And the story of Abby's selfless act quickly resonated with community and beyond, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, 3 weeks later, people were donating $80 amounts of their own.
Okay.
And they were signing it Abby. They were like donating on her behalf. And after 3 weeks, the shelter reported over $7,000 had been donated under Abby's name.
Nice.
Which is, if you're like, is that good? Is that bad? That's like 6 times the amount that they typically receive in donations. And the outpouring of kindness didn't stop there, as boxes filled with treats and toys were also sent to the shelter with the writing from Abby. So like people were just like like loving this shit, and they was all sending them money and toys and treats and stuff like that, and signing it with Abby's name, which I think is adorable. So shout out to Abby. I wish when I was young, I was doing that because I probably wasn't. I was probably selfish.
This is the most adorable story we've ever done to date.
Oh,
shout out to Abby.
Isn't it? Shout out to Abby and Kent County Animal Shelter. If you do want to go to their website and donate, it doesn't have to be $80, even if it's $1. But animal shelters everywhere need our help, and God bless Abby and your lemonade stand.
They'll appreciate it. God,
but that wraps up this week's show. Oh, yeah, no, I agree.
The selfless things I've ever heard. Just she had a lemonade stand. Like, holy hell.
Just like
we're having lag. That's okay.
We are having lag, but
what's in the episode?
It's whatever. It's fun at the carnival. It's not like we've done this 169 times. Who's your internet provider? Let's call them out right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ! It's Comcast.
Fuck you, Comcast.
Fuck you, Comcast.
Get your shit together. So we can.
There might be a fire in California though right now. We don't know. It's literally that time of the year.
Same shit every day, California. Get a new record, huh? Try. Anyway, what have we got coming up? Oh, we got episode 170 next week. That'll be fun.
That'll be exciting.
You got anything new coming out next week?
No, I do need to report that the Bosnet is trading hands.
What?
I'm handing over my shares to little sister Hayes. She's going to be doing her own thing. We're very excited about it. We're happy to help her get this transition smooth.
Speak for yourself.
Well, it's not going to affect you at all, Mike Fish. It's not going to affect
the
Waffle Box whatsoever.
I'm lifting one fucking bit. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, sorry, carry on. You know I love Little Sister Hayes.
So, after October 1st, the Bosnet family is going to be in the hands of Little Sister Hayes, and she's got a plan, and she's going to kick ass. So we're looking forward to seeing that. If we can do anything to help her with it, we will. But yeah, I don't know what's happening these days.
Any inside knowledge? What's she doing? What's she doing with the website?
Not going to be doing too much podcasting. She's got a whole other plan where I'm just like, this is what I signed up for. But you do you, and I'm creatively bankrupt right now.
And
when I do get my creative juices again, guess what? Maybe I'll do the Nasbet family. See what I did there? If I need to do that, I can do the just simple thing like that. But if I need to do a new thing, I'll do a new thing. But I got nothing right now, and she needs to go forward, and we are rooting her on.
Marvelous.
Love you, Little Sister Hayes. Go number 22.
Shout out to Little Sister Hayes and the future Bosnet doll family. But yeah, I think when this was released, that happened yesterday. I guess the transfer of power.
Well, that happened yesterday. Yeah. No, I already signed the contracts. It's a whole thing.
So if you haven't listened,
though, by any means.
If you haven't listened to, although the old Bosnet podcast will still be available on podcast platforms, right?
Most likely on the URL, but we're probably going to unplug the RSS feeds. The YouTube channel will still be available.
Fascinating. Anyway, so yeah, check out bosnet.family for Little Sisters Hayes' new venture. That'll be fun. Friend of the show, family of the show, not just friend, family of the show. But yeah, so go to enjoywafflebox.com as well for all the ways you can support the show and enjoy the show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Spotify, Apple Podcast feed. If you do want to support us monetarily, which we would sure appreciate, but you want to get a two-way street, help each other. I scratch your back, you scratch ours. Go to the merch section at the bottom of the website so you can buy yourself a t-shirt or a hoodie and things like that. Get some sweet swag out of it and also support the show as well. But until then, it's a good night from me. It's a good night from Kush. Lathan. Any final thoughts? Anything else you want to say?
It's been a pleasure as always, fellas.
Yes.
Now my head's starting to hurt, so I'm off to fetch my sister's 15-inch double-ended purple migraine reliever and sit in a candlelit room. Please respect my privacy at this time. See you both next week.
Marvelous. Until next time. Take care of yourselves.
And each other.
And each other.
That's all, folks.
Play me off, Johnny.